Which house is it? This one? Go to 1023, 1090.
See you at the knitting circle.
San Andreas State Police. Anyone in here better put your hands up in the air. Why is the dog doing that? State Police. Anyone in here? Announce yourself now. Put your hands up. You will be shot. Alright, we're clear. Dog's acting so weird. Press H to leave. Alright, dog's gonna try and find someone around here. Let's see where he goes.
Oh, it's a doggy. Hi, doggy. Hi, doggy. Oh, you're a good
Sir,
doggy.
put your hands in the air. Sir, put your hands in the air.
Why?
Place your hands above your head. Alright, do not move.
Okay.
Do not make any sudden movements.
Okay. What are you doing? I was just looking for
You're being
food.
detained at this time. 202-10-9 is going to be code 4. I got one in custody here.
I was looking for food. It's not illegal to look through dumpsters.
Is this your dumpster, sir?
No.
Fucking read. Alright, okay. Let's start the first things first here. My name's Corporal Ripley. I'm with the San Andreas State Police. You have any ID on you,
Yeah,
sir?
I know.
Driver's license, library card?
Yeah, in my back pocket I got my license.
Alright, let me go ahead and take a look at that real quick.
Yeah.
Back pocket, you said? Alright, let's
I don't
found it.
understand
Alright,
what's going on. I was just looking for
Mr.
some dinner. I mean, once people
Dankleaf?
put their
Mr. Reed
garbage out,
Dankleaf?
yeah, I mean, but once people put their garbage out, isn't it like, you know, free for all? You know, they like relinquish ownership.
once it reaches the once it reaches the dump, then it's free for all. Yeah.
So looking through someone's dumpster for some old French fries is illegal?
Yes, just like looking through someone's dumpster for example, their billing address, their credit card information, their social security information, anything like that. That's all
I
illegal.
don't know what to do with all that. I was just looking for some stale pizza or some old French fries or, you know, happy to
Have you
have
considered maybe the homeless shelter? Maybe since they give out free food, maybe that would be a better
People steal
place.
Your stuff there. Don't go there. People steal your stuff.
Okay. Thanks for the tip,
You
Mr.
can't
Dankleaf.
trust-
Mr. Dankleaf, I appreciate that.
You can't trust the poor people. They're all criminals.
Okay, they're all criminals. Hey, but speaking of criminals, are you? Have you ever been on the wrong side of the law, Mr. Dankleaf? Have you ever been arrested on any sort of crime or anything like that? If I were to run your criminal history in my computer over there.
Yeah, I've been arrested before, but I mean, I served my
Oh,
time.
have you?
And, I'm just, I'm trying to go on the straight and narrow now. But, you know, I haven't found
Okay,
a
okay.
job
I'm glad
yet,
to hear
which is
that.
why I was kind of looking through a dumpster.
Oh, great, great, great. I'm sure everything will be fine once you get back on the straight and narrow. Hey, out of curiosity, Mr. Dankleaf, if I run your name in through my computer over there, what sort of charges am I going to find that you've been arrested for in the past? I mean, certainly you wouldn't have been involved in any kind of home robberies in the past, right? Because that would just be absurd.
I mean, no, I've been arrested for that and grand theft auto and
Have you?
swinging and looting and assault on an
Really?
officer and
You have?
defecating in a government vehicle. I've been arrested for a lot.
Oh, that's real interesting. Well, the reason I'm here, Mr. Dankleaf, I'm sure this will be a shock to you, is because I've got reports of a home robbery just there, and you know, although I searched the premises and found no one, I did have my canine there standing right behind you, smell the area, and then he led me straight to you. Now, what do you think that looks like to me, Mr. Dankleaf?
I don't know. I mean, I came from that area. I mean, I walked down the
Right.
street and came over here, and I saw the dumpsters, and I saw a lot of flies around the dumpster. And you know, that's what you want to look for. You want to look for all the flies. Because
Yeah.
that tells you, you know, there's some good eatings in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you know what Zero there looks for? He doesn't look for fries. What Zero there looks for is the smell of individual skin cells, Mr. Dankleaf. Did you know that his nose is so keen that he can smell individual skin cells unique to a person and then follow them? Did you know that?
Well, I feel bad for him because people say I smell really bad.
Uh-huh. Well, he doesn't. Bad is a subjective term. Bad to me is interesting to him, so he's real interested in the way you smell. But it's just real interesting to me that he was able to follow your trail from that house right there. So that leads me to believe you were inside of that house, Mr. Dankleaf. Do you have any explanation for that?
I wasn't inside
Actually, you
the
know
house.
what?
I mean, if I was
Before you
inside of
answer
a
that
house,
question,
then-
I'm just gonna let you be aware, Mr. Dankleaf. You do have the right to remain silent if you anytime you want to. Anything you say or do, Kenny would be using it through court of law. You got the right to have an attorney present with you during my questioning if you'd like one, but cannot afford it. Want to be appointed by the state at no cost if there's one available. You understand these rights as I've read them to you, Mr. Dankleaf?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I have a question.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, go ahead.
Am I under arrest?
You're being detained at this time, as I indicated earlier. You are being detained for questioning.
Oh. But I mean, think about it for my viewpoint. If I was inside of a house,
Okay.
why would I just take food from their fridge and eat it instead of looking at a fucking dumpster for half-eaten, fucking half-moldy shit?
Sure.
Doesn't make much
Sure,
sense.
sure. Okay. That's a fantastic. You know what? I'm glad we're doing this little game. Now that I'm thinking like you, why don't we switch? We'll switch hats. Why don't you think like me for a second? Okay. What if I rolled up to a scene and I saw someone who was just right next to a robbery when they had a long history of robberies, and they decided out of mere desperation to pretend to be searching a dumpster? Wouldn't that just be a real weird, just weak attempt to make it seem like they wasn't involved with that crime to you, especially if your dog led you straight to him from the home? Gosh, it seems like it to me. What do you think, Mr. Dankleaf?
I think that, I mean, the world is full of people, and I mean, just because, you know, I walk down a street, doesn't make me.
Okay. All right, Mr. Dankleaf, so is it your, just so I'm understanding your side of the story, how much are you admitting and how much are you denying? Are you saying that you have never been in the house? Are you saying that you have a reason you were in the house? I mean, so far all you're telling me is you're looking for pizza. That house right there. See this yellow house right here we're next to? Just got broken into. The alarm went off. I responded. Here I am. I searched the premises. Dog leads me from that door to you directly, Mr. Dankleaf. To you directly.
I have a question. Do I really need to be in handcuffs for this?
Let's see. Let me. You indicated to me in the past that you had defecated in the back of a police car and multiple attempts to evade police, right?
Yes, but I mean, I'm not under arrest.
Okay.
I have no reason to evade.
No, you're not. You're being detained for questioning. And as I've,
Exactly.
you've indicated in the past, you've got a history of running away from police. I deem you to be a flight risk, Mr. Dankleaf, and therefore, yes, I deem it necessary to have you in handcuffs.
I mean, I run when I'm guilty. I'm not guilty, so I'm not gonna run.
Oh, is that so? Is that so? Because I don't know. It kind of seems to me maybe a bit otherwise, Mr. Dankleaf. Well, what if I told you I have certain suspicions that maybe, just maybe, you are a little guilty inside, Mr. Dankleaf? What do you think about that?
I I'd say maybe you should go home and write them in your journal, and then put that journal under your bed. That's all it's good for.
In my journal, huh? Okay. I've got a journal right here. It's called the Criminal Database. Maybe I could write it in there. What do you think about that?
I don't know. Just because
Let's take a walk over to my cruiser.
Something in the past doesn't mean that instantly I did every robbery in the future, you know.
Sure, sure, but it sure makes it suspicious, though. In fact, I would say that it makes it reasonably suspicious.
No, I would say it's profiling and racist. I'd say you're being racist.
Racist? What in the hell? What are you talking about, Dankleaf? What race? What? I don't even know what you are. You like a?
You're racist
gremlin or something?
Convicts.
They're not a race, sir. Whoa!
Yes, we are.
Pull your jets, mister. You're a race. You say that ex-cons are a race of... What do you... You're not making any sense at all, Mr. Dankleaf.
No, you're not making any sense. All you've told me is that your dog smelled me on the street and then found me looking through a dumpster. And here I am in handcuffs. That doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's what doesn't make sense.
Alright, Mr. Dankleaf, if I search your pockets, am I gonna find any property that belongs in this house over here? There's no reason anything might have fallen in your pockets, right? Butter knives or,
you'll find
watches, DVDs.
You'll find a lockpick, but I haven't used it.
Oh.
So, and the judge told me that as long as I don't use it, it's not illegal.
What's the fucking dog doing
And
this?
I have some cleaning supplies because I've been trying to clean houses.
The judge is correct. A lockpick in and of itself is not illegal. However, it is certainly suspicious, especially when found in conjunction with a crime such as grand theft auto or breaking and entering. And as it happens, this crime certainly involves the use of a lockpick. So you're saying you've got a lockpick on you. Do you have any kind of explanation about why you've got one?
Because I have this shitty piece of junk car. It's a Tornado Plus. It's a nice rat rod. But, like I said, it's a piece of shit, and, and my keys don't really work for it, and, sometimes I just kind of need a lockpick.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm real confused. Did you say that you're like a collector? Why in the world would you have cleaning goods, electronics, breadboard? What the hell's a breadboard? Copper?
Hey, that's my grandma's.
What is this stuff?
My breadboard alone.
Really? Because it seems like a bunch of collected junk, like I would expect to find in the pockets of someone who just, for example, went into someone's home and started pocketing everything they could find in every random cupboard and shelf. That's what it looks like to me.
Or maybe it's the pockets of a collector who, grabs everything you find in a dumpster where you found me looking through.
This is a perfectly good breadboard, sir. And this copper and these electronics look brand new.
Listen, I've had that breadboard since day one. You can ask the goddamn sheriff.
Okay, alright. So what about these electronics? There's nothing wrong with them. They work perfectly fine. Why would someone go throwing away 3 perfectly good electronics, sir?
I don't know. I mean, look where we are. We're in the fucking rich neighborhood. People upgrade their shit all the time and just throw out the old stuff.
Sure. Okay, so you're telling me, Mr. Dankleaf, that if I walk into this house and talk to the homeowners, they're not going to claim any recognition, any knowledge about any of these electronics, and if I go to that dumpster over there and find whoever owns that dumpster, they're all going to tell me, yes, Corporal Ripley, I threw those away, even though they work perfectly good. Are you telling me that's the case?
Well, I don't know what they're going to tell you. I'm not a mind reader. But I'm
okay,
telling you,
so let's put it this way. Let me rephrase. Would you be surprised, Mr. Dankleaf, if I walked into this house and they told me that, in fact, they owned those electronics and they were stolen from them in a recent burglary? Would you be surprised at all if they told me that? This is not court, Mr. Dankleaf! We are not in court!
Speculation!
Mr. Dankleaf. God damn!
I watch Law and
You're one
Order.
abrasive son of a bitch.
Law and Order. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Are you asking for a lawyer, Mr. Dankleaf?
I don't need a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not
Looks
under
like
arrest.
You are now under arrest for suspicion of burglary, sir. You are under arrest. This is me arresting you. You can consider your...
Show me some
Okay.
proof.
Here's some... Here, let me grab your pockets. Alright, let's put those on the... See these electronics right here? This is your evidence right here, sir. red-handed,
That's not
with the
proof.
goods in your
Okay,
pocket.
Okay, go arrest anyone who has some fucking old electronics in their pants. Okay. It's not
Alright,
illegal
what
to have
about,
electronics, asshole.
What about this copper? This shit's expensive too. Where'd you get this copper from, sir?
Oh, I got that from fishing. I found it in a bag.
Okay, alright. How much money you got in your pockets, Mr. Dankleaf?
It should be something like $282 or something like that.
262 bucks, huh? You said, you've been in trouble with the law quite a bit, haven't you?
Yeah.
Alright, so if I were to check your bank account, would I expect a positive amount of money in there, or
That
do you
would
owe
be
money
correct.
to the state?
It would be positive. It would be positive, sir.
Let's see, check bank. I am genuinely
I think.
surprised. It sounds to me. Do you have any outstanding tickets, Mr. Dankleaf? Have you remembered to go down to the city hall and pay your tickets?
I'm gonna waive the fifth, or play the fifth.
Oh, do we have outstanding debt to the state, Mr. Dankleaf? Have we fallen behind on our debt to the state?
They said I had 30 days to pay. It has been 30 days. I said, listen. I need to make $25,000 in like the next
Oh my God! I cannot. I must have not heard that correctly. There's no chance in hell that you just said you need to make $25,000. Is that what you just said?
I mean, last time I checked it was around 22,000, but I got arrested today. Again, so it's probably closer to 25,000.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Very,
I'm not
very
looking
interesting.
forward to all the fishing I'm gonna have to do.
All right. Let me just punch some information in my computer here. We're gonna see if if we're gonna be taking you downtown or not.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think we've got enough to charge him, but any good lawyer is going to get him off, so I don't think we have enough. I mean, we have every right to be suspicious. I mean, look at this. But we didn't catch him inside the house. Basically, all we're relying on is the dog searched him, found him from the house to the dumpster over there. He gave a good roleplay story about why. He's got stuff in his pockets, but hey, I can't prove it was. See, I wish I could tell the stuff was in his pockets came from the house. That's lacking. That's a game feature that I need in the game. It doesn't. If you rob a house right now and you walk outside the front door when we pull up, there's literally nothing we can do to connect you to that crime scene. There's no evidence. There's no. The things in your pockets become yours the instant you pick them up. So it's kind of stupid that I can't walk into the house and just talk to the homeowner. All right, hang on one second. You're gonna come with me over here, all right?
Okay.
You see that that sign right there, Mr. Dankleaf? What does it say?
LSPD, obey and survive. What the fuck? That sounds like a threat. Did he just threaten me?
What does it say under that, Mr. Dankleaf?
Video monitoring and progress. Oh.
All right.
Uh-oh.
You know that if you work with me, you know, if you'd like to confess anything, you know, maybe we could work on your sentence a little bit. This might be the part where you maybe start rethinking your strategy.
Ah, shit. God damn it, it's the one time I did put on my fucking mask, too.
Hang on one second. We're just gonna park you right here.
Son of a
All
bitch.
right. Actually, you know what? We want you in front of the window. That's what we want you. Just like this, just like that. Perfect, right there.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Just making sure. Just making sure. Hang on one second.
Okay.
Ma'am, San Andreas State Police. Yes, ma'am. We made an arrest in the case of your home burglar here. Would you mind? You got them tapes right from the house. You got angles covering the stairs and the front door.
Get it?
Okay. Would you mind handing that over? I just need to take that on down for evidence. All right.
Have compassion.
And could you do me one favor as well? Would you mind, you reviewed the tapes first, correct? You see that window right there? Would you mind looking through this window right here? And just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if this is the person you saw on the tape, please. Thank you very much.
Hello.
I'm
thumbs
Dankleaf.
down.
Stare
Where's the
straight
thumbs
ahead.
down?
You're just gonna go ahead and
it
look
was
that
thumbs
direction
down.
for me?
I saw
It's the one right
it
here,
was thumbs
man. What do you
down.
think?
Thumbs down.
All right. Okay, then. Thank you, ma'am. I'll just go ahead and take these tapes. 1 second.
What's that, ma'am? You're looking... He's really looking for someone called Florida Man? Well, it looks like it's
Oh, Florida Man.
who broke into this house, and I'm free to go.
Hey, have y'all been sitting here the whole time? Did y'all maybe notice anyone walking into the door at all? Maybe.
Hey, guys.
Are y'all... Oh, I see. You're having a... Oh, it's a spiritual powwow. I see. Oh, they're a staring contest. Okay, I won't interrupt, ma'am. You continue your staring contest.
Yeah.
Hippies. I don't want to, like, power game them, though. I mean, we could easily get the footage here, but...
I fucking have a paper bag to put over my head when I rob houses, but this is honest to God the one time I didn't use it.
Mm-hmm. You know what? We all make mistakes, Mr. Dankleaf. You'll have a couple years in the slammer to think about this one. Hey, Foxy, thank you very much for those
I even
bits.
covered the front of the paper bag black, so people would get my race wrong.
Your race? You mean criminal convict, right? Convicted felon? That's the race you mean?
Wow, that's fucking racist.
Sorry about that. Watch your head, Mr. Dankleaf. I wouldn't want you to hurt yourself getting in the car.
Listen, just because someone is of that color does not mean they're a racist criminal. God damn it.
I fucking love this guy. Fucking Reed, dude. 202-1076, Mission Road PD 11095. Mr. Dankleaf, if I'm looking at this correctly, all your other criminal, I don't know all about them, but you've got several criminal convictions of robberies right up here in the Vinewood Hills. Did these people piss you off somehow, Mr. Dankleaf? Is this like a crime of just opportunity, or do these people piss you off somehow? You think you're gonna just take from them and take back what you feel like they owe you?
Oh, no, they don't owe me anything. They just have a lot of nice stuff. And you know, you don't steal that much, so they don't really notice, and they don't really care. Because, I mean, they have big houses that cost millions of dollars. They're not really going to care, you know, if like $100 goes missing.
Yeah, they got big houses, cost millions of dollars, and have tens of thousands of dollars worth of security equipment in them, Mr. Dankleaf.
Well, I didn't think about that, now did I, asshole?
Well, you're going to next time, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to look for those things. And I'm going to repair it. Put on my mask.
Damn it, that's the wrong lesson to learn from this, Mr. Dankleaf. I want you to learn your lesson, but not... The lesson here is not to remember to put your mask on, alright? No, you're not learning,
the lesson
okay?
is to put on the mask, because if I had worn my mask, I wouldn't be going to jail. I'd be laughing at you.
Damn it!
Because you
The lesson is to not commit the crime in the first place, Mr. Dankleaf. What do you not understand about that?
You don't understand. I owe the state $25,000. Okay? I need to make money.
Alright, you're gonna owe them even more this time, Mr. Dankleaf, alright? That debt is just gonna get bigger.
I know,
What you need to do,
which means
you need to get yourself down to the job center, get yourself an honest job, and start working, Mr. Dankleaf.
I am working. It's just, you know.
No, I mean a real job.
It is a real job.
No, a real job, a legal job. You need a legal job, Mr. Dankleaf, to pay off your debt to the state.
Or illegal doesn't mean it's not real.
It means it's not a job, Mr. Dankleaf. It's a crime.
Is it? No, listen, I'm putting in hours of work for monetary compensation. It's a fucking job.
Good God. You know, I think you actually you believe this bullshit, don't you, Mr. Dankleaf? You actually believe this shit that's coming out of your mouth.
I mean, it's fucking common sense. If I'm doing work for money, it's a fucking job. It doesn't have to be illegal. I mean, when people rob a bank, they call it a job. They wouldn't call it a job if it wasn't a job. God damn, go to school. Or for fuck's sakes, watch a movie.
So you think you watch a couple heist movies, all of a sudden it makes you a productive member of society? Is that it? You watched Heat?
Hey, I mean, listen. If I wasn't out there robbing those houses, you wouldn't have much to do. So, yeah, I think I am a productive member of society.
Yeah, productive in giving us police overtime pay, maybe. Actually, no, we don't even need to get you booking. We already got your picture.
See, it's not really the criminals profiting off crime, it's you. So, that makes you the real criminal.
So are you trying to say that I owe you a thank you? Is that what you're trying to say, Mr. Dankleaf?
Yes. And I owe you a thank you. You taught me the importance of wearing my mask.
God, that's not the lesson I'm trying to teach you here, Mr. Dankleaf.
Can you take off my cuffs while I'm in the cell? Han did it for me earlier and I liked it. Oh, goddamn it, those are so hard to find nowadays.
Yeah, they're collectibles. I'll go ahead and hold on to it for you.
I'm keeping the fucking breadboard. I've had that since day one. If you take that from me, I swear to God, I'll end you.
I got half a mind to take it from you just to teach you a lesson, because it doesn't seem like you're learning anything else here, Mr. Dankleaf.
Oh, I swear to God, if you do that, I will shit in your police car.
You can try, Mr. Dankleaf.
See, if you would have seen this on camera, you'd be looking for a black male.
Oh my God. Yeah, very very convincing, Mr. Dankleaf. Very convincing.
Yeah, thank you.
Lead, Dankleaf.
But lo and behold, you know, it's the one time I don't put on my fucking mask, and I put
154.
so much work in it too.
Lead, Dankleaf. 4. Is 111. Alright, give me a second here, Mr. Dankleaf. I'll get your charges written up and you'll understand exactly what what your tally's gonna be.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, so, search criminals. Oh, wait, he's already right there. He's already right. He just got arrested. What the fuck? Mr. Dankleaf, were you arrested earlier today for Grand Theft Auto and reckless evading?
Maybe. but listen, in my defense, I didn't go out there to steal a car, okay? I went out there to steal shit from cars, okay? I was looking for phones and shit like that.
Make sure there's no warrants here.
And I found this sweet, fucking Audi 9F, and the more I left his keys in the dashboard, so, you know, I kind of had to take it.
First degree robbery. It's burglary. Enters unknowing.
But, you know, it had too many horses in it for me to handle, and I crashed it after about 10 feet. And then the police showed up. Then I went to jail.
Alright, so we got him on burglary. I don't think we have anything else. He did confess to the crime. He didn't have anything illegal in his pockets. So I think he's gonna keep his phone. Great report. What's the name of the street that that should happen on? Didion Drive. West Vinewood. It's Didion, right? Didion Drive. West Vinewood. home robbery. Alright, so that should be good. I think to get started, I do need the charge. Gonna be 25 months, $1,500. All right, Mr. Dankleaf.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like your trend of breaking the law is going to go ahead and continue, Mr. Dankleaf. You're facing an additional count of burglary to add to the stack. It's going to be a 25-month sentence in Bolingbrook Penitentiary and another fine of $1,500 to the state. You understand the charge you're facing today, Mr. Dankleaf?
Yeah, so I noticed you officers wear bulletproof vests. You know, at the store, those retail for about $1,800. And
What's your point?
I might have a couple. And I might be willing to give them for you for a price if we, say get rid of the ticket. Maybe I give you 2 vests for free. That's a $3,000 value.
Are you indicating, sir, that you should barter with the state in order to negotiate a lower fine or lower sentence?
Well, I mean, bartering is the most basic form of currency. It's what our society would be based upon.
I mean, if I was a different man, I might interpret that as bribery, sir.
No, bartering.
You think I want your smelly vests, Reed? You think I want your stink all over our department?
That's it. They're not mine. I found them in someone's house.
Wait, what?
Huh?
God, what did you just say?
Nothing.
All right, let me get your sentence. Let me get your slip written up here. 1 second. Take that goddamn mask off your head. You look like an idiot.
No, I'm Florida man.
I'm Florida man. Oh my God.
Florida man. It's my alter ego.
All right, Florida man. I've got your transfer paper written all up here. You're going to be sentenced over to Bolingbrook Penitentiary to start serving out your sentence. Do yourself a favor. Keep your hands and arms inside the vehicle at all times, and when you get to Bolingbrook, it's going to be just about supper time. So what you want to do, okay, is you want to head over to the cafeteria, say hi to the warden, and grab yourself a big old bowl of taxpayer-funded, San Andreas taxpayer-funded, grade F mystery meat sloppy joe tonight in the chow hall. It's delicious and nutritious. It's mostly sawdust, but if you close your eyes, Mr. Dankleaf, I'm sure it'll taste just like sloppy joes. Bon appetit. Enjoy that, sir. How do you talk while you're typing? What do you mean? You can talk while you're typing.